My name is Lawrence Modoga. I am the Technical Community and Breadth Engagement Manager for Microsoft for Africa. In so many words, that just simply means I work with communities and I help Microsoft for Africa land strategic events that affect developers, startups, and students. And as part of Microsoft has taken huge steps towards driving artificial intelligence and machine learning. And it's always great to see communities like these actually step up, grow, and train the people around that. And it's also nice to have people out there in the field actually come and share their learnings around that.
Thank you everyone for coming. My name is Alfred Ongere. I'm the lead organizer and founder for AI Kenya. AI Kenya is a community for enthusiasts, learners, and practitioners in machine learning and data science. So we aim to bridge the skill gaps in terms of machine learning and data science in the country. So that's why we have these events and other activities. Today we are featuring a startup called LoanBee. LoanBee is a startup that is creating credit scoring solutions for the unbanked in Kenya. So we'll have two presenters. The first presenter will take us through their business side, just basically introducing who is LoanBee, how they started working on the problem, and where they are today. And then the second speaker will now dive into how machine learning and data science come in credit scoring, and specifically for LoanBee as a business.
So a bit about LoanBee, more on the story and the financial, the business side. LoanBee started off in June 2017. It was an idea created by a couple of campus guys who saw a very big problem in Kenya, which was most of the people who are unbanked did not have access to credit facilities. And so they came up with a solution where they'd use alternative credit scoring to be able to provide these guys a viable credit score.
My question firstly is, under what regulation do you work in? And then also, the regulator or the regulation you're in, does the underlying technology matter? Or if you're using AI or I'm using paperwork, and as long as we are doing the same business, I mean, the regulator just wants to know that you're lending money and probably the underlying technology doesn't matter. Thank you.
Thank you. So on regulation, this might be a surprise to you, but there's no strict regulation on lending apps. Actually, if I decided to start my own lending app, I go to Weza.io, let me just back at that for a bit, and get a white label of LoanBee and customize it to my own liking. I can give out loans at an interest of even 40% if I wish to. The regulation has not yet come in. So in any case, if you're using if your underlying technology is AI, if you're doing it manually, if you go through the credit reference bureaus, regulation has not yet come in. So we are trying to be on the forefront. We're trying to come ahead of that in the sense, again, on customer education. Because when the time comes for the CBK to regulate us, we'll have our books ready. We'll not have ruined so many people's lives. We'll have genuine interest, not just driven by greed, because people want to make money.
Yeah, so as they said, I'm Pius Dan. I work at LoanBee. I'm a software engineer, day-to-day technical tasks. We accumulate users' data over the past few months. We look at 6 months or 3 months, and that data is big. We're talking here 5 terabytes, 2 if you're lucky, 5 mostly. Yeah. So we've been in operation for 1 year. So if you want to dive into the field, don't be scared. It takes time to accumulate such data. Yeah. So based on the data we get from the user, we run check frauds. So first of all, the first fraud we do is at the doorstep. Like when you get the data, is the data valid? Yeah. We just check if maybe does this data belong to this user? You have someone talked about identity theft. Yeah, so you can just look at data and just know like, okay, this false. Like you try, like if you're changing your SIM card every day, there's no way you can have messages past 3 months. So we just look at your data and know like, okay, you changed your SIM card yesterday, so we stop the process from there. The customer journey, so the user signs up with the platform. You have the Android app. User comes, you log in. After logging in, we ask you for permissions to access your call logs, your location, but we discontinued location. I'll come to why we did that. First of all, we run KYC checks. This basically know your customer. We currently use TransUnion. TransUnion is a credit bureau, but they also offer KYC checks. So basically what this means is you are just checking if this ID number belongs to the person of this name with that age. Yeah.
So today we were presenting on how machine learning has been able to affect the financial sector in terms of scoring customers who are unbanked, and we've talked about the business side, how we operate the app LoanBee, and the things we do, the process that the customer follows, the basic things about credit scoring, and one of my colleagues has also touched up deeply about machine learning, the algorithms, the variables, and I believe it was a very interactive sessions with all the questions, and we were able to communicate our product to the audience, and they were also able to give us good feedback about what we are doing.
What brought me here is to know and understand how machine learning can be used in credit scoring, and I've been amazed on what I've taken home from this place. As someone running startups, I've also learned from the podium on how to run a startup, what to look out for, and how to handle your customers. They are pretty much good youth focused, and I must say that I've learned a lot.
Today's event with AI Kenya on the LoanBee products, I think it's really encouraging that we have solutions in Kenya, one, that have openly communicated to us with regard to the data that is managed, the data that is collected. And they've put this as an open conversation, which allows many other innovators who are in the space to actually understand what they're getting into. And at the same time, I think one of the things that I would like to probably see or recommend is the great opportunity for the innovators who are in the fintech sector to band together and look at how to be able to support each other with regard to the issues of privacy, and also how to develop the market opportunity that is out there. I believe that the opportunity is vast, and especially here in Africa. And just as the LoanBee said, we must say that there's a lot of honey out there. So how you actually gather it is, let me say, your great challenge, or the great challenge that we have.
Today's event with AI Kenya was really good, actually, as people covered how AI actually affects their lives. And there's not just in terms of theoretical structures, but how people actually get influenced in the decisions they make, and how the decisions they make can actually be impacted by AI, especially in credit scoring. And it's really nice to see the level of engagement and the depth to which communities go. And this is something that we'd like to see more often and a little more, because it's really nice and it's really helpful.